that's never been disrespected like this, ever. They're coming at me, I'm fighting back with this. Why? Because last time I fought back, I ran out the house with a gun and got 18 years jail. And I learned off that mistake not to run out all emotional, seeking revenge, seeking retaliation, and getting myself lifed off for a gang that will not go to the level you're willing to go to if it comes to the crunch. They're all big and nasty when they think you've lost it and you're not game. They think you've lost the plot instead of you've put the plot aside. Does that make sense? You haven't got the arse no more instead of putting the arse aside. It's different. Why would I want to engage in more like that when I've just wasted nearly 20, 30 years of my life involved in it? Made a big decision to avoid it at all costs when I got out. And that's what my initiative was. That's what I was. All of a sudden, people got shook. My own brother tried to bend me on graft with 2 different firms, swerved it. They just went on their little poisonous agenda against me. All of a sudden, local drug dealers thought I was going to start dealing drugs and taking their graft because these elders had told these, you won't be able to graft soon, he's going to start grafting, because they're all shook thinking I'm going to steal. And it were no intention at all. None. So I'm just in this trying to engage. I'm on licence, I'm on at-risk periods, I'm on a curfew, I've got a tag on, got a sign on the police stations, I've got the busies harassing me, I've got these now coming at me. Thick and fast, mate. So I just sat there in my apartment, smack banging L5 for a full year, doing lives every night like this. Freestyling, enjoying my freedom as much as I could. Don't forget, I'm fresh out of jail. I'm fresh out of jail, and I expected to get out some sort of moral compass still intact, and just got led astray, like naive. And you know, to deal with all that, it's my own fault. You know, the choices I made in life. I had a few clear moments during my teenage years where I could have turned me back, but the money, the materialistic, the egotism dragged me in and kept me in it, which destroyed me. Just like all yous. You know, when you're growing up as a kid, you're not making choices. You know, you should have parental guidance, which is guiding you to a certain age where you're able to now make choices. And you will grow up when you're 13, 12, 13, 14, 15. Eventually you'll snap out of them little periods, whether you've been in the YP system or not, whether you've been arrested or not, whether you've been charged or never charged in your life. You're still going to have these moments of crossroads. What do we do next? Where do we go next? And if you're a little criminal and you've been in the YP system, you're still going to get that moment of clarity. What do you want to do next? But the devil things in society keep you here. The only reason you're getting back into that is because you want dough for weed, because you want money to go to this fezzy, because you want money for these clothes because it's crimbo. And it just drags you in. Drags you in on that cycle. You know, there's other ways these days for any 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old to make good money, adequate money, responsible money, worked hard for money. Simply just go and get yourself a job. There's loads of them for 16, 17, 18-year-olds out there. You've just got to get off your high horse. You know, go and get that job in McDonald's. Go and get that job as a security guard down there. I keep on screaming at you, mate. Any kid between 16 and 20 who's earning 12 to 15 grand every year straight into their bank on a monthly, like 16 ton every month or something, 2 grand every month into your bank. You as a 17-year-old still living in your ma's ken, giving your ma a £1 a month for keep. Just think about how much dough you've been banging away there. Doesn't seem like much, but if you don't spend it and stack it, it's happy days, mate, trust me. And through all that process, you're building your credit rating, and the world's built on credit these days. And that's one thing you want to try and keep intact. Don't go and get a phone on the drip to bill up, because it's gonna hinder your process as you get older. I'll encourage all of not to get a phone on the drip unless you can seriously afford to pay for it every month for the next few years, because it ruins you for years, mate. Just live your life. Also, when you go to jail, government change rules so you can't appeal at the halfway point. When you've gone to jail and you've been found guilty, I don't think you're looking to appeal. If your eyes just on bell ends. There's about 5% of all cases that are miscarriages. And the majority of them miscarriages, to be honest, are from cases that are like in 10, 20, 30 years ago. You know, when the feds didn't give a fuck about being corrupt. Got someone saying do the crime, do the time. Yeah, but what's a crime to you? So if you walked into your house and there was a man overpowering your daughter, doing horrible nasty things to them, and you went off your barnet and dealt with the man, have you committed a crime there? Should you do time there? Valid question, mate, isn't it? Appeals don't necessarily work in your favour. You never have done, you've always had a rule. Every time you're going for appeal, if you haven't got clear indications that there's something wrong here and you apply for an appeal, the judges have been able to for years. I've known kids to get 4 years on top of the sentence for pissing around with the appeal process. And even when I was in jail, he sort of issued a warning to all barristers and that if your client's taking the piss, advised them that they could end up with prison sentences added to there. And a lot of them just dropped their appeals instantly. Thousands of people just dropped the appeals as soon as they heard a few people had had fives put on top of the sentences. Dale Rice want to do away with short sentences. Good. You do more harm than good. The only sentences that do anything are the long term ones. All them little 3 months a year, 2 months, 1 month. You should have them painting walls and cleaning parks and cutting grass all over the country. Emptying bins regardless, 2 days a week on the bins. Do you understand? Anyone with little shitty offences like that, that's what you do with them now. Just get the country clean and tidy on the back of them. Community justice, innit? Community justice like that. Forgot what country it is, but there's countries out there in the spotless. And say on a Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock, everyone in that city, in that country, who's under the age of 16 will come out of their houses, regardless of where it is, and clean the streets. Every Sunday, clean the streets. And what that does in a psychological effect, long run, if you can get that going for a short period of time, what it does long run is people realise that if they're dropping on the floor, they'll be cleaning up on Sunday. So to get the street cleaner quicker on the Sunday so they can get back into gaming or the telly or whatever, instead of being on the street for 2 hours. Do you understand what I mean? Is it Singapore? Might be Singapore. Cobain saying it's community service though. Yeah, community service is different though, isn't it? I used to tell judges straight away, community service, who do you think I am? Do you think I can go and stand in Kirkdale on that road picking bottles up? It's not happening, mate. Get me cut. So loads of lads can't do that community service. Loads. Loads of young lads can't do it because they get sent to other people's areas to do the community service. Even the community service buildings are in the opposing enemy's areas, and you've got to get there. And it's dodgy. You know, you've got to sneak in and get to these gaps, and if you don't go, you get violated or something. You just haven't got a clue what they're doing, like. Everything's dangerous in that life here, mate. And it's funny the way you laugh at people when they're running for their lives and shite. It's weird. Watch when you get put in that position. I wouldn't like to see any one of yous. I wouldn't like to see any single one of yous to be sat in a car with your brother and two good mates, and every one of them gets shot up. This is what you don't want to experience, mate. Even just sat there and your mate takes a leg shot, is going to shake half of you up. You won't have a clue what to do. Panic mode, you lock yourself off for 4 or 5 days, won't go out on that. You know, but without you understanding, that little experience for you is now broke a little wall that you had up. Now you're in. You're starting to feel the vibe of the violence. Just you being shook for a few days has give you this exciting little thrill. And it's just going to attract you. Won't be long before you're the one putting people in your shoes. Having young kids shocked not coming out of the house because their mate's being shot in the leg by the older drug dealer. It's just the same in the generations. Are you happy sitting in your box room with a big L5 Alive poster does? So now we've got someone who himself is sat in a box room, which is probably less equipped than my box room. So what have you got there? Now it doesn't matter if the box room you've got and what you're in now has got another box attached to the box you sat in, and then another box attached to the box you sat in. Doesn't make you any more special because you're surrounded by boxes. Every room's shaped like a box. I don't know anyone that lives in a room that's circle or triangle. Or do you? Are you one of them that lives in a circle or a triangle? Because where I'm from, every single room I've ever been in has been square-like, box-like. Is that what you mean? Now this box room's got a kitchen in it. It's got an ensuite. It's got a telly on the wall. It's got a double bed in it. It's got a 6-foot table in it. It's got a wardrobe. It's got everything I need all in one place. And it's free. Where are you at? This, compared to where I was 2 years ago, is like a mansion. So it's progress for me. Where are you at? Where's your box room? How long you had that box room? How did you get that box room? So you can sit there and judge me about this banner that would normally cost around £300 or £400, but was given to me by, for nothing, a company in Ireland called So this company in Ireland contacted me,
sent me this for nothing. Sent me loads of them, which is exactly the same as that. These are stickers that I put round the cities I go to. So yeah, mates, I don't mind living in this box room, lad. As long as I know, the kids are sweet, mates. Happy days, lad. I'd rather live in this little box room than a family home, to be honest with you people. Hey, there you go, kid. To answer your question, no, lad. Didn't offend you, did it? You know, telling you straight, putting you straight. Didn't offend you, did it, lad? Did you take it like a man? You know, you came in, took it on the chin, addressed you accordingly. You're sitting there like a helmet now, fuming, or if you took it on the chin. Just gone 9 o'clock, people. I'm hungry. UK Cafe Club, how are you, lad? What's that mean, mate, cafe? Would you ever move back to Liverpool? If I had a gaff in Liverpool, I'd be there now, living in it. If I could secure accommodation in Liverpool now, I'd move straight back to Liverpool. No ifs or buts about it. Simple as that. I just can't get accommodation. It's impossible. Can't even get accommodation in Birmingham, St Helens, Wigan, Skem. I've been searching Liverpool and right round Liverpool for well over a year and a half, people. They get in a twist, mates. I'm happy here, but I'll be 10 times happier in Liverpool or the surrounding areas where I can just slip in and slip out. You know what I'm saying, ladies? You're missing nothing from Birmingham. Birmingham's boss, mate. Birmingham's great, lad. And I'm not just saying that. Half of you in Liverpool have never been to Birmingham, so you wouldn't have a clue what I'm saying. Even the homeless get treated better in Birmingham. That's why you've got pure Scouse homeless lads in Liverpool, in Birmingham city centre. They get looked after better. It's mad, that, isn't it? It's mad, mate. You want to know what city's the kindest? Look how many homeless people are on the streets. It sounds mad, that, doesn't it? But what you'll notice is, on your streets in your city centre, if you've got 50 homeless people, 20 of them are not from your city. The only reason they've come into that city is because that's where they can make the most money, because the people are the kindest. And that's what I was saying, that's what I meant by, like, the amount of homeless people that are coming to the streets of Birmingham. They're all coming because the people of Birmingham are always giving them dough. The kind. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that happens all over the place, you know, people. They're like economic homeless. They'll go to the best city where they can get the most dough. Like a busker. So you know when you've got a busker, I know they're not homeless, but it's the same sort of, you know, you're going into the city begging, aren't you? Whether you're busking or whatever, it's the same thing, isn't it? But a busker will work out what city's the kindest. So he'll go to this city and he'll raise this much, go to this city and he'll raise this much, and that'll give them an idea that there's more generosity in this city than that city, so there'll be more buskers in it. So when you go through Birmingham, you'll have buskers everywhere.
Whereas you'll go through another city, you probably have, you might even have one, because loads have been there and not making a penny, so they don't go back.